Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, this is page 8 of my Mixed Media Mini Art Journal series. And it's just some sketching and some shading playtime because it's something that I want to get better at, and I'm always complaining that I don't draw very well, so here we go. So I just drew like 5 spheres and it was just some playtime. So, and those 3 little marks off there to the left, your left, is just showing, it's just a little reminder so that I can always remember where my light is coming from. And I also put like dark lines on each sphere so I could remember that that's the dark side and the light's coming from the other side. So, and I've been playing and I've been drawing things and, you know, showing them on a table, and you can show their shadow and the shading and the reflecting marks and all that good stuff. But what I wanted to do, the purpose of this was I needed to practice more on the reflective side on my darkest dark. On the shadowed side, you can still get a reflection from an object next to it, and I needed to work on that. I just don't think I'm very good at that, and I'm not good at any of this. I'm learning how to do it as I go, but if I want to get better, I gotta practice. So here it goes. So I did the first one, and then I was like, I'm gonna make this page 8 in my mini art journal, because I think there's a lot of people that want to kind of try this kind of thing and be better at it. So you know, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So yeah, and when I'm watching the video, I just realized that I have one of those little ouchless hair rubber band things on my finger. So just ignore that. Anyway, so that's my blending stump thing. It's a little paper blending thing. And love that thing. It works out really great. So I just used, I have very generic things that I use for this. There's a graphite pencil, and then the kneading eraser, where you can, you know, knead it into whatever, you know, shape you want it, which really comes in handy. Just a plain number 2 pencil, I tried that, and then like a number 7 lead mechanical pencil with a really good eraser, and that's pretty much it. So and like I said, on the dark side of each one, where there's another sphere on the side of it, I wanted to show that that was reflecting against it, and it's reflecting on the darkest side because the light's coming from the opposite direction. So I just need to play with that a little bit and practice and see how it worked out. And when there's multiple ones, like in the one I'm working on now, you know, where those reflection marks show. So yeah. So, and I love the graphite pencil, and it just worked really nice. The paper that I'm using is actually the Render No-Show paper that I got from Crescent, and I'm using that simply because it's my smoothest surface for as far as paper that I had. That wasn't just plain copy paper, so it's a little bit thicker. So, but and I wanted to play, like, you know, because I've been just messing around with plain number 2 pencils or regular pencils, and I wanted to just go side by side with the regular pencil and the graphite pencil. Although I know the difference between the two, I just wanted to see them. I wanted to say, okay, what if I laid down the first layer of shading with the number 2 pencil and then went in with the graphite? How would that work? But you can see the difference there. There's no gradient there's no, you know, gradual dark to light, light to dark, because you can see the lines with the pencil. And granted, I was a little sloppy with it because I knew what the result would be, but I knew you could still see the lines because I've been playing with it. But I wanted to see what would happen if I just laid down like my first level of color with that and then tried the graphite. And yeah, it's one or the other for me. I didn't like it. So, but then I'm trying to outline, you know, how hopefully you can see those lighter areas where the other spheres are casting, or not casting a shadow, but are reflecting against the one that I'm working on. Hopefully you can see that. And again, that was why I was doing it. So, and you know, as it goes, if you press harder and give it more pressure with your, you know, more pressure on the lead and lay down more lead, you're going to get a darker color. And although it blends okay with the blending stump, it just, you know, it was still too liney, too choppy for me. I mean, you can still get some shading in there and it can still look okay, but I just think the graphite pencil is so much better. And then when I did it over the pencil, it was just too dark. But, you know, I just blended it in as best I could. And again, this is my playtime. This is my practice and playtime. And there's nothing wrong with putting a page like this in a journal that you're doing. I mean, draw, practice, you know. I need to tackle how to do eyes eventually, but one thing at a time. Yeah, so, and there I'm just using my kneading eraser and just kind of figuring out my lights where I want them to be. And this last one I went through pretty quick. So, and these I just wanted to be floating in the air. These weren't, you know, I didn't want to give the, cast that shadow from the light like they were on a table or against the wall or anything like that. I just wanted them floating so I could show how they were reflecting on each other. So, and it was good. It was a good exercise for me to do because I learned how to do that a little bit better. And definitely not a pro by any measure, but you know, I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to get better at it. I love the 3D and the real life drawing type things. I'm really enjoying that. I'm far from good at it yet, but I'm going to get there. So, yeah, I was just touching up some of the other ones, and you can see how, you know, you have that, like that almost a line from dark to light, and that's what you don't want. I mean, you want to blend that in. And I was just kind of darkening out a little bit, and I knew I was going to go in and blend that again. It's sped up really fast. It's less than 8 minutes, this video, but I blend it in really well, and then you know, you don't see those lines. But in some of them I knew the lines were there, and then I made notes on the one that I used the pencil, just so when I refer back to it I can remember, why does this one look a little bit different? Oh yeah, it's because I was playing with the pencil, because I'll forget for sure. So, and I see that line in that very first one. Yeah, I should have fixed that. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so then I just cut it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 so it would fit in my book. And I had already painted the next page brown. I had no idea what I was going to do, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it just like that. And I added a little note with an arrow to the one that's the darkest, so I knew what I did with that. Put the date, my initial, and I taped it down in my book. So page 8 is my sketching and playtime. And I think I'm going to try an apple next with the light. I'm always going to the light coming from the right. So I think I'll do that next too, because this is something I want to work on. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Something you can do too. So if you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And thank you so much for all your sweet comments. I read them all. Thanks, guys.